Hello, it's Johnny from Johnny's Book Reviews, a site to help inspire you guys to go read, so go read. Today, I'm reviewing Hidden Bodies by Caroline Kepnes. Does it pass my system or not? You'll find out by the end of this review. So for my book reviews, it has to pass three things. And I honestly am very tough with the two things, straight off the bat. So number one, it has to catch my attention the first couple pages. If it does not, then I'll actually put the book down and never touch it again. You actually have to be very picky with the books you read, and I am very picky. Now, if it doesn't catch my attention, I'll put it away and never touch it again. Now, if it does, that leads to the second thing, where it has to carry my attention throughout the entire book. Not 50 pages, not 100 pages, like Almost Gone. I stopped at 124. I did finish it, but it did take me almost 2-3 months to finish it. No, that doesn't pass my system. It has to carry my attention throughout the entire book. Now, if it does 1 and 2, it leads to number 3. 3 is it has to have a majority of positive things. So, for example, the author has to do what they're actually teaching. The author has to write well. The author actually has to have a good written dialogue. The story has to be powerful, the characters have to be good, etc. It doesn't have to have all those things, but it has to have a majority of positive things. If it passes 1, 2, and 3, then it passes my system and I'll consider it a good book. First things first is, what is this book about? Now, this is the second installment of the You series by Caroline Kepnes. Basically, it starts with You. So You is where you get to see and basically read about Joe Goldberg. Joe Goldberg is a bookseller who starts to kill people. And he kills people that is close with this girl that he's fallen in love with, that he stalks and then eventually starts dating. But he kills the people that she's friends with and the people that she's had sex with. And that's him maintaining the control over her. And when he doesn't contain that control over her, he kills her. And that's what happens at the end of the book. Spoiler alert. And then he falls in love with another girl who actually robs him of vintage old books that he had in the bookshop that he had. And she goes to California, and so that's where Joe Goldberg goes, and that leads into the second book. Now, the second book has him, just traveling around California, talking about Hollywood and talking about Los Angeles and how it's totally different than New York City. And he kills a celebrity, he also kills a police officer, and then eventually at the end of the book is left with a big cliffhanger. And I thought it was a great way to end the book, but then when she started the third book, it kind of ruined that cliffhanger. I was like, what the fuck? Anyways, that's the second book. Let's get into the review. So the first things first is, did it catch my attention in the first couple pages? It did. Honestly, I read the book and I kept on reading it. And the second thing is, did it carry my attention throughout the entire book? It did. However, I was about to stop at page 300 because of the repetition. I felt like it was a You book, the first book that she wrote, but in a different scenery, in a different, different characters. But there was a lot of repetition with, the way he was killing people and the way he was thinking. And I was like, oh man, this is getting boring. And that's what I really feel about it. And then the third thing is, did it have a majority of positive things? It did. Now, the biggest thing that I didn't like was the repetition. I felt like it was a lot and very similar to the first one. The first one started out with a bang, and then when the second one came out and I started reading that one, and I was like, okay, he's doing the same thing. And I guess that's because that's what a killer does. He does the same routines and everything like that he does. But I just didn't think there would need to be a second or third book, to be honest with you. Now, if she did it in a different way, maybe, I'm not sure how she could have done it, but I honestly didn't enjoy the second one as much as I did with the first one. And I liked the book, don't get me wrong, it did pass my system. However, I wouldn't give it a good review on Goodreads. I would have given it a 3 out of 5 because it needed more. And I thought that the repetition really made me not like this book. And that's it for this review. I'll review the next one for you guys. You love me and I'll talk to you guys about that as much as I can. All right, that's it for this review or video. Let me know what you thought of the book. Let me know what you thought of the series down in the comments down below. Like this video, and then also subscribe to this channel, as I'll be doing more reviews over fiction books and nonfiction books. I've read a lot of fiction books over the last year, and I'm starting to like them again. I used to read a lot of fiction books. I stopped, read nonfiction, and then I got back to fiction, and I'm like, why did I stop? So I'm going to be reviewing both because I read both, and I'm going to let you guys know what I think of them. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great one.